Welcome to the space where reflection meets accountability, where real conversations challenge the way we think, speak, and show up in the world. This is a place for growth, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. So take a breath, slow down for a moment, and let's get into today's reflection. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Rosie, and thanks for joining me on Elevate and Glow.
3, 2, 1.
Let's be honest. Most of us think we're good listeners. We nod. We make eye contact. We say things like,
I understand.
or,
That makes sense.
but here's the uncomfortable truth. Active listening is not the same as emotional courage. Because real listening, the kind that transforms your relationships, your self-awareness, and your growth, it requires you to hear things about yourself that you may not like. Let me ask you something. When was the last time someone gave you honest feedback and you didn't feel the urge to defend yourself? Be real. Did your body tense up? Did your mind start building a counter argument? Did you mentally check out before they even finished speaking? That's not a failure. That's human. But it is where most people stop growing. We've been taught how to listen politely, but not how to receive truth without protection. And that's a completely different skill. Because unfiltered feedback doesn't just challenge your behavior. It challenges your identity. Here's the shift. Active listening says, I hear your words. Emotional courage says, I'm willing to sit with what those words mean about me. And that takes something deeper than communication skills. It takes self-awareness, emotional regulation, and most importantly, humility. Let me ask you another question. Do you want to be right, or do you want to grow? Because you don't always get both. When someone tells you,
You don't listen to me. You shut down when things get hard. You make everything about yourself.
your instinct might be to say,
That's not true.
but what if instead you asked?
Can you tell me more about that?
That single question is emotional courage in action. Here's what makes this hard. Unfiltered feedback often comes wrapped in emotion. Sometimes it's messy. Sometimes it's not delivered perfectly. Sometimes it stings. But if you only accept feedback that's perfectly packaged, you'll miss the truth that actually sets you free. Try this in your next conversation. Instead of listening to respond, listen to understand what it feels like to be on the other side of you. Let that land for a second. Here's a reflection moment. If someone described their experience of you in a relationship, what do you think they would say? And deeper than that, would you be open enough to hear it without interrupting? Because here's the reality. Growth doesn't come from comfort. It comes from awareness. And awareness often comes through other people. The biggest barrier? Ego. Ego says, protect yourself. Emotional courage says, examine yourself. And no, this doesn't mean accepting everything someone's saying as truth. It means being willing to explore it before rejecting it. There's a difference.
3, 2, 1.
A simple 3-step framework. Number 1, pause your reaction. Notice the urge to defend. Don't act on it immediately. Number 2, get curious. Ask,
Can you give me an example?
or
Help me understand.
number 3, reflect before responding. Take time to process instead of reacting in the moment. Let me ask you this. What if the feedback you resist the most is the exact feedback that could change your life? Because the truth is, most people don't lose relationships because they don't care. They lose them because they can't hear what needs to change. And here's a final thought. Emotional courage isn't about being perfect. It's about being open. Open to seeing yourself clearly. Open to discomfort. Open to growth. I have a closing question for you. Who in your life feels safe enough to give you honest feedback? And are you strong enough to truly hear them? If this resonated with you, don't just listen. Apply it. Because the conversations you avoid are often the ones that transform you the most. Thanks for listening. Until next time, stay aware, stay grounded, and keep growing. Elevate and glow.